Hello and welcome to Three Questions with. Got my longtime friend Carlos Vargas with us from Vargas Insurance. Good afternoon, Carlos. Welcome to the show, my friend.
Hey, Kevin, nice to see you again. Thank you for catching up.
So, Carlos, I actually come on the show today because I have to admit I get often overwhelmed by insurance because it's so many ways I can get a quote. Hey, text to this number. Hop on this website and just you fill in stuff and a magic number appears. It
Right.
just doesn't make me feel secure, because I'm like, does this person understand my needs and my risk? So is that the best way, just to hop on a website and throw some numbers in and wait for what comes out?
Probably not, because what ends up happening is you end up buying a policy with deductibles where you shouldn't have a deductible. Like you have a $500 deductible on your windshield. Well, and a windshield is $800 to replace, so you're going to pay most of that out of your pocket. And maybe the savings is $8 or $10 a year. But you don't know that. There's really three different ways to buy insurance. You can go online and pray that you get the right coverage. You can go direct to like direct writer, like Amica and Liberty Mutual and those folks, or you can go to an insurance broker. An insurance broker has many different avenues. So what's happening in our industry right now is companies are grabbing rate. So if it's been a while since you reviewed your insurance and you're dealing with a direct writer, you're seeing your rate go up 10%, 20%, 60%, wow, right, from year to year. When you deal with an insurance broker, part of what we do is before your policy renews with the insurance company, we'll look at it. So we see the rate is going up by 10% by company A. We'll shop it around. So we have 13 companies at the agency. We'll shop it around to all of the other 12 companies, just trying to get the best rate for you. But I think going online, unless you're an educated insurance consumer, and there's many folks aren't, right? You just click. Oh, I got it for $600, but that's $600 every 6 months.
Yeah.
So some companies only offer 6-month policies. Years and years ago, I had a conversation with a friend, brilliant guy, and he said, Carlos, they're offering me a policy at half the rate that you are. So I said, please send it to me. All the coverages were the same, but I said, it's a 6-month policy.
What's half?
Oh, I missed that. It's half the price because it's half the coverage. So you really should deal with a local independent insurance broker. And in Massachusetts, there's hundreds of us that would love to give you a quote and see how we can shop around your policy every year to make sure that you're getting the right coverage at the right price.
I'm a big fan of that approach because I want to have a name with my insurance, a personal person, where when I have that crazy question, I can pick up the phone and text you, call you, Carlos, I'm confused by this. What does this mean? Relationships are important because sometimes, let me take a look at your policy. Maybe I can save you a couple dollars. And I'm old, Carlos. I'm not at that point in my life anymore, thank God. It's like, no, because I know that this person's a phone call away when I need him. That's important to me.
Right. And it's funny, and we're there typically in when it comes to a claim, when it comes to filing a claim, you have a fire, and I don't have a statistic for this, but fires usually happen from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning. Your home's on fire, your family's out, you got your pets out, you're trying to figure out where you're going to go. We have a 24-hour number that you call. It comes to one of the partners. We pick up. They say, Kevin, sorry to hear about the fire. Thank God nobody's hurt. We'll help you file the claim. We'll give you some advice. Red Cross is going to put you up. Don't sign up with any of these adjusters that show up at the fire. So that's the benefit of dealing with an insurance broker. And an insurance broker, we don't charge anymore. So it's not like, hey, if I go to Vargas Insurance, I'm going to pay 10% more, 20%. You don't. You pay what the insurance company's rate is. So, and each company has a different rate. So when somebody calls us for insurance, we just had somebody call us yesterday. They own 30 properties.
Wow.
30 properties, right? All over the city of Boston. Their agent is very slow at getting back to them, whatever. So we asked him to send us his policies. I mean, he called, he sent me a text. I got a referral from his attorney. I forwarded to my partner. Somebody was on it within 5 or 10 minutes. And He's like, oh my God, you guys really want my business. Of course we want your business. I mean, that's what we're in business to do.
As we were joking before the show, Carlos, I call that calling 1-800 Who Cares. And that's what I
Oh,
call it. I never
oh,
would
1-800
call
good luck.
100. Who cares? You know,
Oh,
what
1-800 good
call my
luck.
friend.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
how it
Yep.
feels and
Yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Carlos, I want to talk
Yep.
about life events because sometimes we
Yep.
forget about life events. Maybe you just got married, just had a child, just bought some investment property. Your insurance need changes as your life changes, right? And you got to be aware of that.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. No. You should have a life insurance broker or life insurance agent or somebody, and you should have an insurance broker. I mean, I speak with my investment broker at least once a year. So every year you should go back and forth. Maybe you bought a second home, or you bought your wife a new that $20,000 diamond that she's been looking at. Well, that should be scheduled, because if that gets lost, if she takes it off, and while she's washing her hands when she's at the coffee shop, and
Yeah,
she comes back and that's gone,
yeah.
under a homeowner's policy, that's covered for like $1,500. Then so if you schedule it, it might cost you $50, $60 a year on your homeowner's insurance policy. Again, that's a conversation that we have with all of our clients at renewal time. We'll look at what the client is paying, how much coverage they have. We'll shop around for them, and we'll follow up with an email or a text saying, listen, hey, Kev, it's been a year. Let's see if we can grab a couple of minutes, just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, new home, new spouse, children, grandchildren. It's so important that you make it a point every year to at least have a conversation via email, via text. Hey, Carlos, I'm fine. No new changes, fine. We attach that to your file and we just move on.
That's important though, because sometimes we just forget. Your perfect example. Hey, it was our 25th wedding anniversary. I bought my wife a really expensive ring to celebrate it. And you don't realize, like, what? Carlos, I have homeowners. It's covered under my homeowners. 1,500, when you 10, 20, $30,000 ring, that's a really bad day, Carlos. If
it's going
I
to make it
lost a
an
twenty
awful
thousand dollar
anniversary gift.
ring, and it just cost me 18,500 more to replace it. It's going to be a bad day. But
Right.
is there anything changing in the insurance agency that in the world that people may not be aware of that they should be as a consumer?
Yeah, so the insurance industry is gone from a soft market, which means that Kevin is coming to us with an auto and a home. I can go to the carrier and say, listen, Kevin's a good guy. They've owned the home for 5 years, 10 years. They've never had a claim. We can max out all of our credits. Today, it's like, we don't want any more Kevins. Kevin's going to pay the actual rate. So there's no more discounting to try to get that better business in. So the business has gone from a soft market to a hard market, which means, hey, the rate is the rate, and they're all grabbing rates. So the earthquakes, the floods, the hurricanes in Florida and Germany, Mexico, all of those claims, all like $3-4 billion of claims. I forget who the carrier was that is estimating that's what they're going to pay this year in claims. So, right, $3-4 billion. I read it the other day. But what ends up happening is when you buy insurance from an insurance company, the insurance company only grabs a little bit of that risk. So let's say you buy a $500,000 policy from company A. They then go to they go to the insurers that insure them, and they say, listen, we want to put 250,000 with you, and then they pay an insurance rate. Those insurance rates are going up 40, 50, 60% because of the water losses, the floods in South America and Germany and Europe. So all of those are affecting the reinsurance market. And as a result, the reinsurance markets, they're usually in the Caribbean, the Lloyd's of London's, those carriers, they're increasing those prices. And as a result, when company Arbella or whoever goes there, or Travelers, they're now going to pay more than they pass that on to the consumer. Does that make sense? Kind of, it's the underbelly of our industry. Yeah.
I mean, it's really what happens and stuff. So we talked on this a little bit, but just talk about claims for another minute, Carlos.
Yeah.
Again, it's overwhelming when you have a claim, when I have no experience at what I'm supposed to do. And it can just be overwhelming to, like you said, God forbid, there's a fire, or someone's been injured in a crash. So what's the process? How do you handle that when you're calling your agent? What should you expect?
Yeah, you should expect your agent to pick up or call you the next morning. You should expect your agent to hold your hands, your broker to hold your hands through the whole process. give you some advice. Typically if you have a fire and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, you're probably not going to reach your agent. You might reach the carrier, but by 8, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, your agent is on the phone with you. The Red Cross has put you up at the Holiday Inn. Your agent then helps you file the claim. You should start looking for, either a claims adjuster to help you, like a public adjuster. You never want to sign on with a public adjuster at the moment of the fire or the moment of the claim. You should really reach out to your insurance agent to see even if you need one. And then your agent starts to give you advice. You should tell your bank, the people who hold your mortgage, they're going to be getting a check cut out to them and you, because they have first dibs on the money.
Yep.
You should be getting advice from your insurance broker. You need to seek contractor bids. If it was a tree that fell through the roof, you have to hire a tree company. The insurance company pays for a portion of that. The roof is covered under your homeowner's policy if it's a fire. So claims are not black and white, they're gray, right? So depending on what type of claim you have, but this is where your agent earns their stripes, right? Your broker earns their stripes. So I finally have a claim, I can't get through to you. That's not a good agent. That's not a good position. It's not a good person to be working with, because now you finally need them.
Yeah.
They've been good to take the money in, but now it's time for you for them to help you get reimbursed. And if they're not there for you, then you probably have the wrong agent. Wrong agent, wrong broker. Exactly.
So Carlos, I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call in the show. How do people reach out there? How can they learn more, my friend?
They would just reach out to vargasinsurance.com. The office number, like 617-298-0655. We work in teams. There's 4 owners, there's 14, 15 people at the agency. We can always help out. They can reach out to me online. I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So you can just reach out to me online, and I usually within a few minutes, I'm back at responding to you.
Awesome. Carlos, appreciate taking a few minutes to come on the show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you, Kevin. Always great to chat with you. Thank you very much.